We watch and work for vaccines to be available to all.
Remembering the millions who've died from COVID on the outskirts of the G7 summit. While among world leaders gathered here, a debate is emerging on the best way to save more lives. Inside the summit, politicians have been talking about sharing hundreds of millions of vaccine doses, but to prevent more deaths, billions will be required. Is it time now for the West to share the knowledge of how to make vaccines? It's an idea that's dividing the G7, but gathering support even at the top of the UN. Sky News has highlighted the massive task that lies ahead.
In total, we'll need, let me estimate, 2 million doses.
2 million doses?
Yes, to be at the secure site, yes.
Okay. Our reporting in Lesotho shows that just a fraction of what's required is reaching the people who need vaccinating. More vaccines are on their way, but not enough. Should vaccine patents now be lifted? Do you think that the situation with COVID is so grave that the patents on vaccines should be lifted? That it's not just a question of sharing vaccine shots, but sharing the knowledge to make them that's important?
Yes, I mean, it's obvious that we need to share the knowledge, but not only share the knowledge and share all the aspects necessary to allow for doubling the production of vaccines. And for that, we need to be able to mobilize all the capacities that exist already.
Aid agencies and charities say lifting patents on vaccines would massively increase production.
We need an agreement by all G7 leaders and at the World Trade Organization to share the vaccine science and know-how free of intellectual property barriers so that more qualified manufacturers around the world can make them. Developing countries are not asking for charity here, they're asking for the rights and the recipes to make these vaccines themselves.
On a Cornish beach, campaigners highlight the split between Britain and America opposing lifting patents, with other countries in favour, dividing the G7. At current rates, it'll take an estimated 57 years for the vaccines to reach everyone in the developing world. And all the time there's the risk of a new vaccine-busting variant emerging.
If we're not careful by vaccinating the rest of the world, I'm calling it a COVID-19 whack-a-mole. We are going to be perennially fighting a variant after variant. We need to vaccinate everybody everywhere now in order to stop this ongoing crisis with COVID-19. We won't win unless and until everybody's vaccinated everywhere.
One way or another, vaccine production needs to ramp up before the virus outwits us again. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News, Falmouth.